Hey guys, E3 is in full swing, and of course I wanted to get something out right away, so I'm putting this video out with my first initial thoughts of the big three conferences, Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo. Now granted, I'm still pretty fully aboard the hype train. All the stuff just went down, Nintendo just wrapped, and I'm pretty excited. I haven't had a lot of time to let things stew, and I haven't really read the fine print a lot. But I have seen a lot, and I think this is a really great E3 for all three major companies. Let's start off with Microsoft. Microsoft did try and make up for what everyone hated when they revealed the console. They did show a lot of games, and many of them looked pretty impressive. Forza 5 looked great. That Rise game was a big surprise. That looks cool, although it did seem to kind of rely on QuickTime events a little too much, but it looked incredible. Also, it showed smaller things like Project Spark, which showed like this incredible world processing, rendering technology that you could just jump into the world. I thought that was insane. And of course, they dropped the next Halo, which, okay, cool. It really looked great. That reveal of the Master Chief when the cloak fell off of him was really, really cool. Also, Titanfall was great. I can't remember if they showed it there specifically, but Titanfall for the overall show for next-gen consoles, I think Titanfall looks pretty impressive considering I thought it was just going to be another Call of Duty, but in the future. It seems to be a lot more than that, and they really focus on mechs, which is sweet. And I just finished watching the Nintendo Direct, and okay, not bad. They did still make the 3DS really exciting. Pokemon X and Y looks absolutely sweet. You can like pet your Pokemon and stuff like that. And now they have the new Super Mario 3D World, which looks good. At first I was a little turned off by how cartoony and colorful it was, like the 2D games. But there's a lot of interesting things going on there when you watch that video of the Super Mario World. There's a lot of really cool things happening with all the multiplayer, the water levels. There's a lot of stuff to like break up the basic Mario formula, which is pretty cool. They also showed Donkey Kong Country Returns Tropical Freeze, I think that's what it's called. That's a really long title. That looks good, but I gotta say, like, it's great that there's a new Donkey Kong and everything like that, but now that Rayman Legends and Rayman Origins exists, they really need to step up the platforming game, and Donkey Kong did look a little by the numbers for me. Also, Bayonetta 2 looks pretty sweet because that's my type of game. Monolith's X, I think that's just the project name, looks freaking amazing. It looks like Xenoblade, but just on, like, crack. I can't wait to play that. There's mechs and stuff. Oh, I can't wait. And of course, they showed the new Super Smash Bros., which I loved. I loved what they had to show. I think it was hilarious how they brought in the Animal Crossing villager guy. It was, like, ridiculous. And then they dropped the real bomb, Mega Man. Mega Man is going to be in the game. And I'm sure you guys can tell, he looked absolutely impressive. It looks like the most faithful representation of Mega Man since the original Mega Man. Like, Capcom hasn't really done him this much justice, and now Nintendo is. The moves are all there, everything's really there, and it looks really impressive. So, I mean, I think they did give us a better reason to own a Wii U. I'm a little more excited. I'm not going to ditch it, because there is some okay stuff coming out. But the thing that really got my gears grinding is Sony. As you guys know, I'm not really a fanboy of Sony. I try and walk the line pretty thinly, but they almost made me a fanboy after their conference. They pulled out all the stops, they showed off all this crazy stuff. They showed off lots of crazy games, not The Last Odyssey, unfortunately, but they did show a lot of stuff off. They dropped an amazing price point, $399, $400 US. And they actually took a public shit on Microsoft. They came out and said, we don't want to control your experience. We want you to own your games. We don't want you to have to connect to the internet all the time. We don't want to control you. We just want to give you the games and let you play them. And I think that resonated with a lot of people, and I think going forward, that's going to resonate with a lot of people. I don't think this totally means that Microsoft is going to crash and burn now, but Microsoft has to go back to the drawing board, and they're not going to be #1 anymore, that's for sure, because... Oh. But this was just a quick vlog-style video. I just wanted to get out my initial thoughts of the conference and stuff like that. I'm actually going to go to the Nintendo World Store in New York City right now to go play the games that they showed off at E3. I don't know exactly what they have to offer, but I'm going to go check it out, and I'm going to try and bring back some stuff for you guys so I can tell you what I saw. So for this video, we got to talk in the comments. We got a lot to talk about, so I think the coolest thing we could do in the comments is rank what you think was the best. Let's play the ranking game for the big conferences. So, for example, best to worst. Mine's going to go Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft. It's pretty close, neck and neck, Microsoft and Nintendo. But I'm going to go Sony, Nintendo, Microsoft. So let me know what you guys think in the comments of that. Give us your ranking. Let's talk. And that's about it. You can still like me on Facebook, you can yell at me on Twitter, and you can subscribe because video games.